feel it. Still feels like a damn oven. Oh. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm gonna be reviewing the BREEDT or BREEDT. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's BREEDT shift arm. So what it looks like in the car, and I'll post a better picture, is like this. If that looks any different than what you have in your car, that's just because, well, it could be the fact that I have solid shift cable bushings, and then obviously the arm's not going to look the same if you used to have a stock one. One of the points of getting one of those is to shorten the throws of your shifter, basically. So, and excuse the dirty car, I just don't really have all that much time, or haven't had that much time to clean it. I've been working 7 days a week, so I mean, you'd understand. With the stock shift arm, your throws are gonna end up probably like the shift knob itself. You see how it's not, or how it kind of just basically lines up? Well, at least here, it'll line up with the end. Right here, basically. If you look at it, kind of looks like it's lined up with that. With the stock one, it would be further out. And then if you look, that's from first to second, then neutral. First, neutral. First, neutral. Neutral, second. Back to neutral, back into second. You see how short that is? With the stock one, you'd be going further out. I mean, you can't really notice it here, but if you look at the shift knob, the top of the, or like the shift knob itself would end out further out from the center. One thing that I did notice with an aftermarket one, it might just be this one, is it does require slightly more force to shift. It's not like you're gonna end up sore from shifting, or that it's all that hard. It's not crazy hard to shift, but it is a little difficult. It does require just a little more force, but that compared to how much it shortens your throws, it's great. In the description, I'll include the percentages of how much it shortens it. I know I only tried 2 of them. One was 39% with 25mm advancement towards the front. So basically it just kind of, you see how where it's centered here, basically just right here, it's just pushed forward a little more. So if you have longer arms, it'd probably be more comfortable for you. I tried it, I didn't like it. I think maybe one of the purposes is that, or maybe to kind of like keep you from, you know, when you're shifting over, hitting your passenger's leg. I didn't like it. I have short arms. I'm 5'6". I guess I'm technically considered short, or most people consider me short. So it's too long for me. I'd have to adjust my elbow too much on the center compartment. So I didn't like it. I moved it back to the 40%, or I moved it to the 40% because that one keeps the you know, same position. It doesn't change it at all. Oh damn, it's hot. I gotta turn on my car. But it keeps the stock location, basically. There's really no difference with 39% and 40% that you're gonna notice. So I'm pretty sure, you know, most people will do the 40%, but I mean, I'm sure the 39 with 25mm advancement would help, kind of like the taller people. But sorry for the lame scenery. It's just, I got home and couldn't really record on the way home. There was just, traffic was crazy. But yeah, so it does require a little more force to shift, like I was saying. It definitely the throws definitely do shorten significantly. I've had it for about a year now, and honestly, I don't really have any complaints about it. It's worked great. It's done its job. I think when I notice it the most, or where I've noticed it the most, is probably when I'm out racing, or when I've gone out racing with my friends or whatever. It's probably when I've noticed it the most, because there would be times where I would flat foot shift and I would sometimes kick the clutch too fast, or faster than I would get into gear. Now that's never happened to me, so I don't grind gears, obviously. So I mean, that's another benefit. You're not going to grind gears if you're flat foot shifting, whether you're at a track or you're racing on the street or whatever. So I mean, you can't really expect to get a whole lot of benefits, I guess, but those are definitely just benefits that you'll see driving on a daily basis. It's just more comfortable. To me, it's more comfortable driving with shorter throws. I like driving with shorter throws. It makes, I guess, rev matching when you downshift easier too. Something that makes it totally different for me is the fact that I have the shifter cable bracket bushings, or whatever it's called. I have those. So that combined with solid shift cable bushings makes it feel totally different than if, you know, you have the stock bushings, because then you're gonna be dealing with the slop of the bushings, and then you're also gonna be kind of, you know, you're gonna be dealing with the added force that you need to input to shift into gear, which isn't bad at all, honestly. I feel like it's pretty, like, after I installed it, it felt pretty jerky, like, or I don't know if it's like that or just because I have the bushings, but either way, they make a great pair. If you already have those bushings and you plan on doing this short shift arm, I definitely recommend it. They go amazing together. There are obviously different brands out there. I specifically have the, I'm gonna call it I don't know, the one that I have. That specific one is the only one I can really tell you about because I haven't tried any of the others. I mean, I could try the others if you guys wanted that, but I mean, for the time being, I don't plan on it. So if it's something that you've been thinking about doing, or you want to know whether it's worth the money, it's definitely worth the money. If you're like me and you stay on the Focus forums and like on the parts for sale list, you'll find one, like, you know, cheap for sale, used, if you don't mind it used, or you could maybe try to find it through Amazon, or like a third-party reseller like JST, Stratified, Altitude Auto Works, FS Works. They probably carry select ones. I don't remember who all carries a specific one I got. I actually ordered it straight through the manufacturer. I'm not gonna say that I got it through someone else because I didn't. I ordered it straight through them. Shipping was pretty fast. I don't remember if I paid for shipping or not, but I mean, to me, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I got it when I got it. Install was a breeze. I don't remember if I have a video up on it, but basically all you need is a hammer, and I believe it's a 3/8 wrench or ratchet or socket. I mean, I'd probably recommend a ratcheting wrench. That's probably the easiest. So that's all you really need. Everything else that you'll need will come in the box. Oh, and maybe like a panel removing tool or a flathead screwdriver. A panel removing tool is going to be the best because that's going to be easier to pry up the or pop off the shift cable lens from the arm itself. I mean, really you only need to remove one. Removing the other one makes it easier, but you just need to remove one. So basically all you do is just take out your air box. It comes in the box with the kit. It'll come with like a small pin. You use that pin to knock out the pin that's holding the stock arm. So you just put that in. You'll see, like, you'll see where it's at. It's right in the center, kind of like going. So if you're standing in front of your car, it's gonna be vertical to you, and you just. I think I put it or knocked it out through the front. I don't think that I did it from the back to the front. Well, whichever is more comfortable for you, whichever gives you more room, you just put that pin there, and then you just kind of tap it with the hammer until you start slowly getting it out, and easing the other one in, and just keep going. I believe it is smaller than the stock one, so it won't just get stuck in there. It'll, you know, it'll move freely. Once you do that, the kit itself will come with like a nut and bolt, and then that's what you'll replace the pin with, and that'll hold it in place. The 3/8 ratcheting wrench is for the little nub. I don't even know what it's called. I'll try to figure it out. But basically where the shift cable end goes into, like the bushing where it snaps onto, you just unscrew that with the 3/8 wrench or socket, whatever you use, and it'll come with some blue Loctite. I guess, so it doesn't, like, the vibrations don't loosen it over time. So it'll come with that for you to put on the end of it, and then you just screw that into whichever position you want to use, whether it's less reduction or the maximum reduction, or, you know, whatever reduction amount plus, you know, moving the shift knob forward a bit. You screw it in there, tighten it, slide the arm onto the position that it goes into, thread, or just kind of like slip the bolt in, tighten the nut, and you're done. I don't remember actually what the size of the bolt is. Not the bolt, the nut. Well, yeah, I guess the bolt and the nut. It should be, I want to say, a 10 millimeter or 8. Yeah, one of those two. But yeah, it's super easy to do. Probably one of the easiest installs you'll do, and it's definitely worth the money. So I wouldn't say, you know, don't do it. It's not worth the money. It's definitely worth the money. You'll love it. You won't regret it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had it for about a year now. I don't regret it. It's probably one of the best things I've done to the car, aside from like power modifications. So if it's something that you've been thinking about, or that you have on your mind, go for it. Yeah, so just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on that and give you my point of view. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, drop a like. You know, stay tuned for more. It's probably not the best way to record a video, but I think it's hilarious. Watch.